So first of all, we do have here the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands indicates new project, new beginnings when it comes to like creative endeavors or even financial projects. Okay, so in terms of new energies, you have an abundance of new energies that can bring about, you know, new emotional happiness, new excitement, as well as new passion. So you have new things that are coming into your life right now. And first of all, it indicates to me like potentially a house move, shifting from one location to the next and having enough money in order to secure a stabler type of living arrangement, living environment. Okay. A lot of you might be sharing space in your living environment with another water sign is what I'm sensing. So another Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. And I do feel that, you know, you both are working together as a unit in order to solidify or in order to smooth things out in the housing environment. So it could be like a subletter, living with a homeowner, renting a small room in a house with a homeowner, or just sharing space like roommate situations, suite mates, and things like that with another water sign. What I'm also feeling as well is I feel a lot of you are starting new phases in your life where you might have recently, you know, have travel opportunities, you have new social engagement, new people that are reaching out to you for friendships, for group connections. You likewise can be the one that is, you know, putting yourself out there to expand your social base and to also see what else is available to you on the romantic front as well. So we begin this month with a burst of new energies, which indicates to me travel, home movement, home arrangements, and revamping some area of your life that has been, you know, kind of dusty, kind of like in the back of, that has been on the back burner for quite some time. You are implementing something brand new, and I feel like it might be deal with geographical location. It might just deal with new social circle and then reaching outside of your comfort zone in order to connect to, relate to people who are a little bit more like-minded, at the same time doing creative endeavors. I see a lot of creativity. So, you know, I do see like some of you art, like dabbling in the arts, singing, hiking, you know, so something where there might be like opportunities for you to meet new friends and to expand your social circle. So these are very, very good cards that indicate new energies and emotional stability. Okay. What is also coming through as well is we do have the King of Cups here as well as the Hermit. So one of the main things that came out right off the bat here is for those of you who are starting new relationships, okay? I feel like they're telling you to re-examine with this Hermit here. They're telling you to re-examine your expectations, okay? Like before, I feel that, you know, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to social interactions, or even romantic partnerships, or even work environment, I feel that you put a lot of yourself into it. And as a result of it, I feel like you give and give and give of yourself. And that concept between, you know, where you end and where others begin, there has been like shifty boundary issues regarding, you know, regarding expectations, expecting the other person to fulfill unrealistic goals or fill in unrealistic roles. And then also vice versa, you might have dealt with people that it's sort of like this mirroring effect. You project what you see onto the relationship rather than approaching your partner as an individual, as a new person, and then coming into it with a clean slate. So they really want you to wipe that slate clean if you are starting over and starting to see new people. So we have this maturation process here. We're going from a page to a king. And the king energy is linked up with the hermit, which deals with a lot of introspection, a lot of growth, and a period in which we draw back our energies to know where we are headed, to really identify some of the things that we have done in the past that might not have served us well, such as idealistically or naively rushing into situations with that might have been, you know, passionate, or that might have been very exciting, but they weren't very stable. So there is a maturation process on the emotional front that needs to happen for this month. And I feel that it is happening. So I feel like a lot of you, if you had like blurred boundaries in the past, you are holding yourself back a lot more this month. You're not going to like reveal all of your cards, or at least, you know, you're not going to form your opinions about things and about people until you have enough information, or until you are sure about the potential of things getting off the ground. So there is a lot of maturation that is happening. I do feel as well, some of you might just be very inundated with a lot of work, okay? I do see some of you taking care of children, child rearing responsibilities do come up here, and they might be overwhelming to the point where you might not have, you know, all the time in the world to go out, branch out, and have some fun, like doing some recreational things. And a lot of you are finding enjoyment in the simple things in life, such as, you know, entertaining a small group of friends at home. So I see a lot of like, you know, the energy being drawn back into the home environment, into nature. So that means, you know, rather than going out to a bar and just drinking and socializing, I feel a lot of you might be doing more like recreational activities with a group of friends, with family, going to somewhere in the wilderness, and then entertaining at home. So we do have a lot of social energy, but it is a little bit more deliberate and directed towards the home front. And the social contact is getting a little bit smaller, and you're selecting, you know, quality people over quantity. So it's a great energy. And I definitely feel as well, you are going to be able to meet people who are your good, you know, emotional match for this month, who want the same things out of life or out of the social interaction that you do. And there's going to be a lot of emotional exchanges between you and another person, significant person for this month, whether that be, you know, like family members. I do feel family members coming very, very closely in this spread, because we have a page and a king. So especially for those of you who are fathers, there might be concerns about a child. Like I'm feeling like you might have some issues that you're raising with an ex-partner if you have children. So if you're a female or a male, but I do sense, you know, father-child relationships are a little bit tenuous, and they need to be re-examined, and they need to be changed somehow, okay? And then for others of you, I do feel like, who are especially mothers, if you have children, I do feel that, you know, you might like not appreciate the way that the child is treated or raised in a environment where you have like a child with an ex. So these arrangements needs to be discussed, and these discussions need to be hashed out between you and a partner if you have children together. What I'm also feeling as well is there might be some issues when it comes to disciplinary actions with children, such as like with authority figure, with teachers, with parental figures, whether or not a child is getting his or her emotional needs met in order to perform and excel academically and socially. So these four cards, the energy is heavy when it comes to, you know, children, child rearing issues, as well as like social cognitive development of a child. I'm also feeling a lot of you might have children that are very creative, and they might not excel in a traditional learning environment. Therefore, they are going to need to like, you might need to adopt like an alternative learning style, or you need to like be more patient with them, help them cultivate their creative side, which will then provide a good foundation for them to develop other skills, okay? I see speech impediments for some of you with children. I see speech impediments. I do see social anxiety. And I do feel, it's almost like, I do feel like a social worker, child protective services, and things like that coming into the picture to ask some questions about children, why they are not developmentally, you know, like on the same track as other children in their peer group. And I do feel that some of you are going to have to like, you know, look into this situation and find ways to resolve it, especially if it pertains a child. Okay, so there's something here about living conditions, a child, somebody looking in from the outside, making sure that the child is developmentally sound, making sure the child is healthy and happy and safe. So that's what I'm feeling here. If you are dealing with this situation, don't get defensive. Explain your case, explain things from your point of view best you can, because I feel like everyone's on board to help the child. So, it's not so much about an attack on you as a parent or accusations or anything like that, but I do feel, it is best to cooperate mainly for the sake of the child, okay? So I feel like that's what's coming through. A lot of you might be the one that is bringing attention to this issue, to have somebody look into this issue, which is great. Now, what's coming through as well in terms of communication, we do have a little bit of snags in the road here. And a lot of you are dealing with significant people in your life where there have been communication stalls and blockages in the past. So for some reason, I keep feeling like some of you are reaching out to somebody and you're trying to clear up some stuff, like some issues, some problems, get some answers. And I feel like the answers are not forthcoming. The communication is not forthcoming. We do have the Hangman here, which indicates like a limbo state, okay? And the Hangman is kind of like waiting in suspension for some type of a final resolution. It's linked up here with the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is indicative of an empty victory. It's a victory where it's kind of like at the expense of somebody else, or it's an outcome in which no one really benefits or no one really wins, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, they're saying for you to really pick your battles, and they're saying for you to draw back your energy, because I feel a lot of you, if you are in disputes with like exes and things like that, it's a tenuous, tumultuous type of a situation where I don't feel a final resolution is going to be swift and forthcoming. So it is best for you to, try to settle down something have some type of negotiation outside of through informal channels in order to reach a better outcome, because the way you're headed right now, both of these things, this card indicates a sacrifice. This card indicates a hollow victory. So both of these things can potentially play out. So it's just a matter of, can we sacrifice, winning this argument in order to win the war? Or can we sacrifice this one thing in order to have like the optimal outcome for everybody involved? So there is some maneuvering here that you're going to need to do when it comes to disputes, squabbles with another person, because I feel like it's a no-win situation for the parties, all parties involved. If you are dealing with, let me see, an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, and a Libra, and you're stuck in this situation in whatever capacity, they're pretty much saying that the other person is a little bit like, they're trying to get at the truth, and they're trying to, get at a fair, optimal outcome. And so they're saying that, the person, an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, the person is interested in getting like a result that is, the best outcome. So I feel that in the process of dealing with them, you have to think about, meeting them halfway, because we're not arguing for argument's sake. We're arguing to get at the truth. And I feel that if both people approach things from this manner or this angle, then a very, very good resolution can be reached. However, if you start getting defensive, or if you start taking it too personally, and they likewise will start to get on their, high horse, then it's going to be very difficult, and it's just not, there isn't going to be a clear situation, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I feel that you want to be, careful about who you are in this situation with, and to really think about what they're trying to get at, because that's going to allow you more leeway as to which direction you want to go. But I do feel arguments, waiting in suspension, and lack of a resolution involved here, okay? Now, what's coming through in your financial life here? We do have the Eight of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles indicates a lot of you might be in the process of sending out applications like, you know, resumes, CVs, and making multiple copies of something in order to, I guess in order to secure jobs, secure work, or secure something, okay? And it's usually on the material front, but it's also linked up with the Ten of Cups. So the way I'm looking at this here, this is traditionally my looking for work type of guy, okay? So he's making multiple copies of the same thing, and then he's sending them out to the universe. And I do feel as well that if you are in this situation, you are going to encounter a lot of jobs that you feel is right up your alley. Okay, so you're getting callbacks, you're getting very positive reception, you're refining, honing in, and like trying to, you know, like I would say like fix up your resumes in order to, so that your skills match up whatever it is that the employers are looking for. And I do feel, you know, with the Ten of Cups, it basically means all of your hard work, all of your due diligence are definitely being noted. For some of you who have been in the same company and you're just like, you have been waiting for that promotion and now you're kind of frustrated and you're just like, well, this other company is, you know, has an opening, so I'm just going to start applying for other places. I feel that wherever you're working at, they're getting a little bit nervous about losing you, so they might offer you a pay raise, pay increase, or even like you know, let you know that other positions are opening up internally so that you can start applying. But it is a great combination when it comes to like job applications and things like that. For others of you in existing relationships, and especially if there have been disputes and squabbles and things like that in the past, I do feel for a lot of you, you have put in a lot of work in order to keep the family unit together. Okay, so I feel like somebody's putting in a lot of work, and it seems like the work is going to pay off. So if you have been fighting for, I keep seeing child custody, and I feel that you're going to encounter some people that will be able to help you to win the situation, or to settle things outside of court without having to resort to, you know, the lengthy legal process, in order to keep the family unit together. So if you have been struggling financially and, you know, you have children and, you know, I feel like there's going to be new work, or at least temporary work, to get you on your feet. And then I do feel there is going to be like a source of help when it comes to securing a place of living or even a place of employment, so that you can be financially stable and materially stable, so that you can retain the children and keep the family unit together. So if you've been worried about that in the past, and you're just like, I'm at my wit's end, I don't know where to go, where to turn, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to, you know, survive this, I definitely feel that is possible for you. And I do sense as well, it is going to be very, very good for you. You have some people coming through that might help you with the job hunt process, or even looking for a home, okay? Now, in terms of your advice, first of all, we do have here the Chariot, which indicates a lot of success over your adversaries. If you have been in any type of a battle with, especially a fire sign, a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo, there is some disputes here, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with some type of financial payout, especially it pertains to like exes, child support, alimony, and things like that. I do sense they're saying here there's going to be some triumph, and then some money that is being paid out. And for others of you, if you have not been successful finding work, they're pretty much telling you to expand outside of your geographical location, or physically travel and relocate to wherever the job that is on the table, mainly because you're going to have a lot of success overall, okay? So financially, things will start to pick up for you. I do sense that, and I do feel, especially in the time of Sagittarius, and we are talking, you know, like November 21st to December 21st, roughly that time of when the sun shifts into the constellation of Sagittarius, there is going to be tremendous success, financial windfall, as well as opportunities coming through that will allow you. And I feel like this, if it's a job, it's going to be outside of your geographical location. I keep seeing like warmer climate, western direction. So if you're looking at all and you're not finding much work that's available to you in your current geographical location, and try looking in the western direction, new jobs coming through. And I feel as well it's going to be something that activates more of it's like more creative work. You're going to be quite happy. It's going to provide a lot of opportunities for success. You might even be working on a commission client base where there's no salary cap. You just, the more work that you put in, the more, I guess like the more money is going to be coming through. So I don't see there's a ceiling cap. I don't see there's a salary cap. It's commission basis for a lot of you. And I feel for some of you, it's just a great new opportunity. If you're getting like two offers, for example, and you're thinking, should I stay with this company or should I branch out? I feel for the majority of you, branching off and getting something new is going to bring a lot of prosperity, emotional happiness, and it's going to break you out of your rut and break you out of your comfort zone, but it's going to do so in a very, very good way. Okay. So overall,